God says, listen to me. God says, hear me. God says, this is my secret, the supreme word. I will tell you what will benefit you the most, because I love you. God says, if you will surrender to me, if you will become a sacrifice to me, if you will constantly yield your attention to me through love and service, then you will attain me and realize me. I promise you this because I love you. God says, abandon the principle in all your concerns and all your strategies. Abandon every experience that may be attained as a result of desire and effort. Abandon your search for what may be gotten as a result of the various kinds of strategic action. Engage every action that is appropriate for one who loves me, God said, but simply perform every kind of action as a form of direct and present communion with me. I say, relax all of your anxiety. I say, be free of sorrow and fear. When you abide in love communion with me, the natural results of your various activities no longer have power to separate or distract you from me. God says, the soul that is born into the realm of nature or the worlds of action and experience advances from childhood to manhood, old age and death, while identified with the same body-mind. Then the same soul attains another body-mind as a result. One who is truly intelligent is not troubled by all of that. God says, all of that is simply the natural play of life, in which the two sides of every possibility come and go in cycles. Winter's cold alternates with summer's heat. Pain likewise follows every pleasure, since every appearance is followed by a disappearance. There is no permanent experience in the realm of nature. One who is truly perceptive simply allows all of this to be so, and he does not add his own distress to this inevitable round. Realization of the eternal destiny is only possible when a man has ceased to defeat himself by reacting to the play of nature. See my play. My play is God's play. Such a one is steadied by his own understanding, seeing that the cycle of changes, both positive and negative, is inevitable in the world of experience. Those who see the truth of things acknowledge that what exists eternally never changes, and whatever does not exist eternally only changes. Such seers of truth also realize that the entire realm of change, even the body-mind, and even the soul itself, is pervaded each and all by that which exists eternally. God says, I am the eternally existing, all-pervading, transcendental divine person, the true self of all, and my power of creation, whereby individual beings are made to live and change, is eternally active as the universal, all-pervading life energy of nature. I am the divine person who pervades even the realm of nature and within whom every individual being is arising. I am realized by self-transcending love, wherein every action is engaged as a form of direct and present communion with me. God says, every action, allow me, God says, allow me to live the body-mind. The body-mind is not yours. The body-mind is mine. The body-mind is a vehicle of my expression. God says, I am the divine person who pervades even the realm of nature and within whom every individual being is arising. I am realized by self-transcending love, wherein every action is engaged as a form of direct and present communion with me. Men and women who are without faith in this way of communion with me do not realize me. Therefore, they remain associated with the changing realm of nature, the rounder psychophysical experience, and the repetitive cycles of birth and change and death. Such fools already have me in every human form, but they do not notice me. They do not realize me in my transcendental nature, the master of everything and the true self of all manifested beings. He says, or it says, God says, if anyone will live in communion with me, surrendering himself to me in love, then even if his love is shown with nothing more than a leaf or a flower or a fruit or water, I will always accept the gift and offer myself in return. I am situated in the heart of all beings. So the Divine Master, you see, we need a voice. Our mothers, they were our voices. The mothers taught us this, that, and the other, because this, that, and the other cannot speak. Water doesn't speak. Fire doesn't speak. The chair doesn't speak. Our mothers had to speak for all of that. She would say, this is water. Drink it, my dear, to do you good. This is fire. Let it heat you. Let it warm you. This is a chair. Sit on it and be comforted. Our mothers said all these things to us. And the divine person, this mouth is speaking on behalf of God, for God, and as God. I am situated, he says, or it says. You can't get away from that pronoun, he and his, him. That's how we were brought up. There's no man up there. It's childish to think there is. You no longer think that Santa is a real person, do you? In some ways, Santa is more real than Jesus, than God. At least our parents pretended to be Santa and gave us gifts, tangible gifts. God is also giving us all these gifts, but we don't recognize it. We're not living in a gratitude, in a grateful way. We're not living as we should. We think we've got a right to accumulate this, that, and the other all the time. The Divine Master of all beings is literally to be found at the heart, wherein the soul observes the changes of experience. Every experience rises and falls at the heart, spontaneously generated by eternal activity, the universal life energy, as if the soul were fastened helplessly to a perpetual motion machine. Therefore, do not surrender the heart to experience as if you were in love with your own body-mind. Surrender the heart to me and to no other. Jesus said, love God first, not your neighbour first. Don't try and love me. It doesn't work. Love God first, and then you will automatically love me, and I you. I am the divine person, the eternal master, the radiant one, who pervades the machine of nature as the blissful current of life energy, and who transcends all experience as infinite consciousness, the true self. If you will surrender your self-consciousness into my transcendental consciousness, and if you will yield your experience into my all-pervading current of life, then I will also become an offering to you. You will be given the gift of perfect peace and an eternal domain for your heart. Now, I have revealed my mystery to you. Consider it fully, and then choose what you will do. Will you listen to me? Will you surrender to me? Will you be a living sacrifice to me? Will you abandon your strategies and your concerns? Will you engage every action in love of me? Will you observe the natural play of my life? Will you? Ah.